it reads today, so it's either a very good forgery or...
Exactly. I mean, over the years, over history, there have always been some really good people. And of course, these people have put their lives on the line. Because if they've taken the oath, it's the Roberto Calvi scenario. Roberto Calvi was about to blow the whistle. And he paid the ultimate price. And there have been many people that have paid the price because they were suspected that they were going to blow the whistle. So anybody that's put this information out there, sure, they're not going to put their name and address onto the bottom of it. We don't have to take it at face value, and of course we shouldn't. But we take it as part of the jigsaw and then take it where it leads.
Calvi was Blackfriars Bridge, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Or his secretary.
And all related, of course, to the Banco Ambrosiano.
His secretary actually supposedly...
jumps out of it, supposedly committed suicide by jumping through 2 plates of sheet glass. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, could I just say something that I suppose in the light, it's been an excellent presentation tonight and very, very informative, but I would like to say something that may seem small in the enormity of the the whole Lisbon thing and the whole thing that we're actually facing. And that is, I'm in education, and I have a lot of criticism around the education system that doesn't, in Ireland particularly, never really encourage people to think for themselves or to believe that they have the right to do so. But the one thing I would like to say is that I currently work with people who have totally fallen through the cracks, and they find themselves in what they see as they come into us as totally helpless situations, which I imagine is what a lot of people are feeling now, and the enormity of what we're facing if there is a yes vote. And there's just one very simple thing that I would like to say that I have seen happen again and again and again over the years in working with these people, and that is the power of just changing thinking, changing your belief about oneself. And I have seen families that have been totally devastated by lack of education, by lack of drugs, by the whole works. And I have seen that once the thinking of one person actually changes, it changes the family, it filters out into the local community, it filters out into family, friends. And before you know, you have I've seen it within a matter of 6 years that 3 different generations of the same family have actually turned around and begun to be educated. And I think it applies equally. I know it's a David and Goliath sort of type of thing, but it takes one stone. And I think that, if people can influence in any way to change the thinking within, for example, the education system, where people will believe that they can understand how systems work, that they can understand that they actually do have enormous power, and all that needs to be is released by just a change in thinking and the support of the belief in that in time, even a system as powerful as the EU, if it is passed in its current, in its projected power, can actually be changed over time, and I think that would have an impact on generations to come. Simple word, open the door, look at things in a different way, and I think things would actually change.
And thanks for sharing that. Yeah. I absolutely concur, and it's why I say it may seem perverse, it may sound perverse, but consider the possibility that everything that's occurring is actually geared towards encouraging us to realise that, and to start taking some responsibility. Because when everything is trucking along and it's tickety-boo, it's easy to adopt an apathetic approach. There comes a point when we have to stand up and make a decision, like you say, for ourselves and for the future generations.
Being brought to the edge where you really have to make a choice, and where it acts as a catalyst for change, and I think change in thinking is much needed in this country and probably in several other countries. It starts small, but it ends up big.
I think someone hijacked change last year, didn't they?
Yeah, really. But let me tell you, if I honestly didn't believe that there was an opportunity, a very real opportunity to achieve everything you described, I'd probably be on the golf course. But I have kids range from 30 to 6. And, unfortunately, if you like, because of what I perceive, then, I feel that I owe it to particularly the younger kids, to do as much as I possibly can to hopefully give them an opportunity to at least enjoy the level of freedom that I perceived that I had in my younger years, which I don't perceive I have now.
Just one thing to remember in all this, that we are the drivers of this.
Yeah.
We are the power. And without our taking part in it, these people can't fulfill their ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And the more people's attitude that we can change and enlighten, and for them to realise their own power, that it's not them directing us, it's them fooling us to direct ourselves a certain way.
Yes.
And what we have to do is remember that this is our life. We
Yeah.
decide to live it the way we want, and we are the power in our own life. And that's the important thing.
Well, I think I'll finish on a quote from the guy whose name I gave yesterday, Andy Thomas.
Yeah.
He opened a presentation he gave about 18 months ago now, and he said, why is it that probably less than 5,000 people are able to dominate and control 6 billion people on this planet? It's very simple. Because we let them.
Yeah.
I tell you, I think it's time to pull the sort of formal part of the evening to an end. So just a reminder again that Ian and Steve had the initiative to pull all this together. They have financed this. So if you think this evening has been useful, educational, informative, whatever, then please support these guys on your way out. But thanks very much for coming on. 500 million people in Europe are rooting for you next Friday. Thank you.